Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Our lesson for today is about the principles of digital development. So, what are those principles for digital development? These are design with the user, understand the existing ecosystem, design for scale, build for sustainability, be data-driven, use open standards, open data, open source, and open innovation, reuse and improve, address privacy and security, and also be collaborative. So these are the principles for digital development. So when we plan to implement, so we need to adhere also the principle because this will guide us through the development of our tool. Okay, so let's start by discussing them one by one. By the way, when we talk about digital technologies, these are electronic tools, system devices, such as gadgets, mobile phones, social media, online games, and multimedia. Number one principle class is design with the user. So design with the user is the first principle because we need, of course, to understand the user's characteristics, their needs, and challenges. So with this, we would able to know what are the needs that we want to address when it comes to digital technology. We would able to create a user-centered design or human-centered design. So that will start, of course, by getting to know our user or stakeholders like the people. And through conversation, observation, and co-creation, we could come up a good quality of our digital tools. The next principle is understand the existing ecosystem. So here we need to understand the the norms, the cultures, the economy, the technology infrastructures that exist nowadays for us to have an idea how to innovate, how to create our own digital tools that would be helpful and of course sustainable and will not duplicate the existing one. So it is very important to engage target users, to consult the researchers, to coordinate the government agencies, so we could align our initiative. Okay. Next, we have the design for scale. So here we need to engage the community, the pilot community, wherein they are the one to first use our technology for getting feedback, for getting insights. So with that, we also envision ourselves with together with our project to go beyond the pilot communities, like to go in the region wide, nationwide, or it could be a global arena. That's designed for scale. Next is build for sustainability. Of course, our target when we want to implement digital technology is to have a long-term impact to our users, right? We need to plan for sustainability. So that's why we need to collaborate with the non-governmental organization or the NGOs, private company, or local government because they would help us to maintain and to have this a long-term project. Next, we have number 5 principle is be a data-driven. Okay, so this project, our target, of course, we cannot create without data, right? So we have to ensure that our data, collected data is very accurate, that can produce a very good digital initiative. So we should be holistic also when it comes to data collection and have a careful analysis. So we have here a picture of how data should be collected. First, you have to gather the data and of course, make reporting out of it. Then have a careful analysis. You should involve a good analysis and action. then value it. Take note then when we collect rather the data, it should be in adherence with the norms and standards. Next principle is use open standards, open data, open source, and open innovation. So in this type of principle, we need to collaborate. We need to maximize the resources that we have, and through also open innovation. No? So that is why we need to collaborate, because we want to innovate. We want to create something new out of those ideas and insights that we gathered. So of course, we need to use the existing open platforms and then invest software as a public good and develop it to open source. The next principle would be reuse and improve. So instead of starting from scratch, programs that reuse and improve look for ways to adapt and enhance existing products, resources, and approaches. So it is better to reuse and improve the existing one, because that existing tool has already have feedbacks. And from that feedbacks and ideas, we can innovate it and create it to a more productive tool. Then we have number 8 principle is to address privacy and security. Okay, so take note, class, that we have data privacy law. So we have to adhere that one. It is very sensitive, so we need to address it. And of course, we need to be careful when collecting data. That is why we need to get the consent from the users, from our target users. So we need to obtain informed consent form and protect data privacy. Protect data by adopting best practices, no, for security and for restriction. Then the last principle would be collaborative. So being collaborative means sharing information, insights, strategies, and resources across projects, organizations, and sectors, leading to increased efficiency and impact. Our goal when we want to implement something new or digital technologies, of course, is to make or to have an efficient impact to the user. So that is why we need to collaborate the community. So with that, get insights, get information, understand how your work fits into that development. Could it be local development, region, or national development? Of course, you need also to engage diverse experts. Who are these diverse experts? These are experts in different disciplines, like in the field of research. So we need to give that feedbacks. What else? Document. Of course, we need to document the results. We need to document the processes from the very beginning of our planning up to the implementation of our project. And lastly is to define our project that will contribute locally, regionally, nationally, and even internationally. Okay, so those are the 9 principles that we need to know when we want to engage in digital development.